Maxmillian Robinson from the Delphi and interviewing star teenage actor Gaten. Gaten, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for interviewing me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So season 3 had a lot of interesting things to cover. The relationship between you and Susie, Billy saving 11. Not asking for a spoiler, but is there anything, what should the fans expect for season 4?
I think it's a massive season. It's very big. It's twice as long as any season that we've had so far. It took the longest to create, and that had to do with the pandemic, but it also had to do with the sheer size of it all. It really is huge, and it's incredible. It's the biggest and I think best season we've had yet. I'm just really excited for people to see it.
Absolutely, and I'm sure playing the role of Dustin takes a lot of physical work, but can you go over the mental aspect of things? Because when you're acting, it's physical, but there's a lot of mental preparation when it comes to that.
Absolutely. I think what's great about it is that we've been playing these characters for so long, is that any mental preparation before going into it is it's relatively, it's not easy, but it's more relaxing because you can freely make choices without necessarily needing to think whether or not your character would do it. It's almost second nature in a way. So you get your dialogue and it feels right because Matt and Ross understand their characters just as much as the actors playing them, and it really is it's a combined effort, and so it becomes the point where the main challenge is the physical aspect of it, understanding what you need to do and what a scene can bring, and just enjoying the character and having fun with it because we don't get to play him for very long.
Very true, very true. And you did mention that it is a combined effort, but also on top of the physical aspect, you mentioned that you deal with CCD.
Yeah.
If you could you please talk a little bit more about that, what it is, and the club that you're actually a part of?
Yeah. So CCD is it's a genetic bone condition. It's short for cleidocranial dysplasia, and it's a genetic bone condition, usually hereditary. My case was spontaneous, meaning it was not in my family history before I had it, but it's a bone development disorder. So it affects the growth of most bones, skulls, joints, teeth. It's why I have a lot of dental issues and have had dental issues for my whole life, and I don't have any collarbones. And what I'm doing with CCD Smiles, which is an organization that I'm helping to run, which is helping to raise awareness for those dealing with CCD. I don't say dealing with, for those who happen to have CCD and who are thriving with CCD. And it's to help raise money for people who are getting treatments. It's to raise awareness to the medical community and medical professionals so they know how to treat it. It's gaining awareness to those in every day. So, because there's a lot more people who have it than we think. There's a lot of misdiagnosis. There's a lot of people who aren't diagnosed at all. So I wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot more people who have it and don't know, if there are people who have it and are diagnosed with other conditions. And we're just now finding out a lot of things, and there might be different ways to get it that we weren't quite sure about, other ways to treat it that we weren't quite sure about. And it just takes research, and I'm glad that we can do it through CCD Smiles. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me talk.
No, I appreciate you answering that. And furthermore, I know that playing the role of Dustin on screen is very cool. It's amazing.
It's really
cool. But I do know that you've done and participated in other roles as well.
Yeah.
Alluding to that, you also played Bubba as a voice actor.
Yeah!
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Angry Birds.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask, what, out of all the years you've been acting, what has been your favorite role and why?
Dustin, of course, just because of the connection that I have, because of the time I've been playing him, because of how much I love Stranger Things so much. I always said that if I wasn't in it, I'd be a massive fan. And getting to play that type of character is just, it's an honor and a privilege, and something I no longer take for granted, especially after the pandemic and realizing how scarce work can be at certain times. So hands down, Dustin. But I think I had a lot of fun working on stage. Gavroche in Les Mis was a dream role that I was really happy to play, and that was my dream role leading up to it, and it still is. So the fact that I was able to achieve that at a very young age was incredible.
No, absolutely. And lastly, knowing that this is the year 2022, is there anything that you are most looking forward to for this year?
Yeah. I'm looking forward. I have a movie that will be coming out by the end of the year. There's no release date just yet, but we're hoping before the year is out. It's called Honor Society. I just filmed that in Vancouver through January and February, and it's a fun role. It's something I've never done before. A role that's very different from what I usually play, which is really fun. And yeah, I'm just excited for season 4, of course, to come out as well. But that everyone knows that's coming out this year. And hopefully, I can get some more work done throughout the fall. But if not, then I'd be happy to relax after a hectic summer.
Absolutely. And Gaten, it's been a true honor and privilege to interview you. And make sure you go check out Stranger Things Season 4 on Netflix. It releases in 2 volumes on May 27th, and the second one being released on July 1st. So make sure you go check that out. This has been Maxmillian Robinson from the Delphian. I hope you all enjoy yourself.